tell me to leave? After I politely explained, my husband immediately became flustered.
No, I contributed money to the household too.
Huh? You think you can say that with just $500? As an adult, have some shame. My husband, who couldn't utter a word in response to my words, seemed to slowly begin to understand the situation.
Oh, wait, isn't there less stuff in the house?
He finally noticed, huh? Men can be so clueless, it's frustrating. You were the one who told me to leave, so I was getting ready. Well, this house is yours and mine, so if you want to live in it, I will charge you a certain amount of money.
Huh? What do you mean?
That's right. I handed my husband the divorce papers swiftly. The part for me was already filled out, and I had signatures from acquaintances as witnesses. All that was left was for my husband to sign and date. What a prepared wife, don't you think?
Wait a minute. Isn't a divorce too sudden?
Sudden? After being unemployed for so long, being called a parasite, and being told to leave? Don't act like you didn't have the intention to divorce. I simply chose to leave after your words that day. So why are you so flustered?
I didn't mean it that way. I mean,
Oh, really? Then could you tell me what you did mean by it? My husband broke into a cold sweat. Why is he so nervous?
It's just that, I wanted you to get back into the workforce as soon as possible. I was being tough on you. I was trying to toughen you up so you wouldn't just become a stay-at-home wife.
He was trying to sound reasonable. He looked relieved, as if he had come up with a perfect excuse to convince me. But really, who would be fooled by those words? That's what I really thought. And he didn't realize it. He was digging his own grave. Well, I see. Well, thank you for that. Thanks to you, I've been able to live without relying on a foolish husband. I appreciate it. This is also thanks to you. Thank you so much. I said with a smile, and his face sagged even more.
Well, I guess that's good.
The arrogance he had just displayed was gone, replaced with a pathetic expression as he altered between looking at the divorce papers I brought and at me. Wow, I'm really happy. Now I can feel confident about parting ways with you. As I spoke joyfully, his face became even more filled with despair. And as if resigned to his fate, he muttered,
Divorce, can't you wait? If you leave me now, what will I do?
I couldn't feel even a shred of sympathy for my husband, who seemed on the verge of tears. But I wasn't hurtless either. Shall I just listen to his side of the story for now? Why? Isn't it a relief that the parasite is gone? Then my husband said, as if squeezing the words out.
Actually, I, lost my job.
Yeah, I know. As soon as I responded, my husband looked at me as if he were seeing a ghost.
Huh? You knew? How?
You took my insurance card without permission, didn't you?
Well...
The beginning of this was like this. One day I witnessed my husband taking my insurance card from my wallet. I wondered about it, but by that time I had already stopped talking to my husband, so I thought it might be a good opportunity to leave being under household and get my own insurance. During my job search, I went to inquire about health insurance, but when I went to the corner, it seemed that my husband had already been removed from his workplace insurance.
Please expedite the procedures for health insurance. If you continue like this, you'll end up uninsured.
That's what they told me. I thought I was still covered as a dependent, but did my husband maliciously remove me from it? I thought so, but the situation was a bit different. My husband's company went bankrupt due to financial difficulties. It happened right around the time of his remarks about leaving me. After that, for 2 months, my husband received unemployment benefits and started job hunting just like me. Perhaps he was too confident because he had been in a managerial position at his previous company. He thought he could secretly find another job and return the insurance card without me noticing, thinking everything would be fine. But reality wasn't so forgiving. My husband, lacking qualifications or notable skills at the age of 50, struggled to find a job. His frustration and anxiety only intensified his attacks on me.
I was so worried about the declining performance of my company, so I took it out on you. After the bankruptcy, I didn't know what to do, and finding a new job became so difficult, so I ended up saying even more horrible things to you. I'm truly sorry. But if you leave me now, what am I supposed to do?
However, deep down, I just wanted to become estranged from this husband of mine as soon as possible. All right, you figure it out on your own. I'm not your mother, you know.
But you took care of my mom, so to me you're kind of like a mother too.
What kind of reasoning is that? I feel like his brain is melting from the stress of unemployment. But my husband in front of me showed no sign of joking, making me even more scared. It's not a joke. Sorry, but I've got a job starting next month. It's going to take me an hour to get there, and I need to move. I don't have the luxury of taking care of you. Well then, goodbye. Leaving my husband in a daze, I packed my belongings into a suitcase and left the house. My husband and I divorced afterward. He had been resisting the divorce all along, but it was our son who managed to persuade him.
I've heard the whole story, but it's your own fault, Dad. Stop making a fool of yourself, or Grandma will cry in heaven, so just stop it.
My husband agreed to the divorce because of that one word from our son. I sold the house and paid off the loan. Since I paid more of the loan, I was to get all the remaining cash. It was my mother-in-law who paid most of the mortgage on the house while I was a caregiver, although she didn't tell my husband. That's because my mother-in-law wanted to help me. I hope you'll let me know if there's anything I can do to help. Moved by those words, I confessed that I was struggling with the mortgage payments. In response, my mother-in-law offered to use the money from her bank account to pay off the loan. Of course, to avoid exceeding the annual gift tax limit of $11,000, we adjusted it, and my mother-in-law ended up paying nearly $30,000 in total. So technically, the money left from paying off the loan might also belong to my husband. But my mother-in-law said this. This is a secret between you and me, Melinda. A woman should keep 1 or 2 secrets from her husband. So I've decided to keep this to myself and not tell anyone. Come to think of it, my mother-in-law once told me, keep your savings safe for a rainy day. Maybe she foresaw that this would happen. Or maybe I'm just overthinking things. As for my husband, he spent his meager savings and moved to a cheap apartment. I heard he's doing odd jobs while looking for a job. It's pathetic that he hardly had any savings, even though he only put $500 towards the house. He probably spent it all on gambling to vent his frustration from being unemployed. Thank you. I'm grateful because of you, I said to my son. Then my son started to speak a little awkwardly.
Actually, I received a letter from Grandma just before she passed away. The handwriting was shaky, so I struggled to decipher it. It expressed gratitude towards you, Mom, and it said that if anything happened, I should protect you, Mom. I never imagined that my mother-in-law would give such a letter to her grandson. Come to think of it, she asked me to send letters and postcards a few times, but I never thought to look at the recipient because I thought it would be rude. My mother-in-law really cared about me, didn't she? I couldn't help but shed tears in front of my son. My son laughed with a comforting expression, saying, Hey, why are you suddenly crying? You're such a crybaby, Mom. His face resembled his grandma's, who always listened to my stories with a smile, and I couldn't hold back my tears again.